Europa Universalis Rampaned, and welcome back to my Principality of Wales campaign for Europa Universalis V. We're running into him from last time, where, at this point in time, we've been able to claim a pretty significant chunk of France. At this point in time right now, essentially, I know we're getting very close to at least the end date, just in terms of at least the script stuff, so we are thinking about soon finishing up this campaign. Currently, right now, we have started new faction polls. I'm going to either be playing as, at least right now, the current leaders are... it was Teutonic Order, Kingdom of Sicily, or Kingdom of Georgia. So those will be one of the three that we'll currently be playing as. But essentially, for right now, what we're trying to do is, I know I really, really want to have it so that England is going to be destroyed effectively. I want to take over all of England. That's something I still really want this to be for the goal for this campaign. So essentially, at this point in time right now, what we're going to be doing is... I will have to wait at least... Where's France in here again? It's probably going to be at least a couple of years. But basically, I'm going to have it so that what we'll do is I want to try and see, can we continue to potentially harass the hell out of England by potentially trying to support all of their colonies breaking away? So, if I can do that, because... diplomacy? Because... Can I can kind of see like who they all belong to. Yeah, because it's England for you guys. Because I know Labrador is already broken away. That was why that massive war popped up. Rivals, how they feel towards us right now. Nothing crazy. And then this is going to be the rebellion with the people we just conquered in France recently. So that I'm not surprised by. So we'll need to have it, so what we can do is... I'll try and call England and Castile into this. Because this should be fine. I can easily deal with these guys. Because for right now, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to keep trying to consolidate what we have. I do need to potentially try and have it so that what I can do is... France fucking hates me. And I know with the whole idea of us wanting to try and... Oh, we just don't have any... No, we can't integrate those territories at the moment. It didn't keep any of the territory at all. So what we want to try and do is, yeah, take territory from France. Continue to do that. Try and see if I can keep getting England to just bleed troops for fighting to have it so that their vassals can survive and break away. So I'm kind of wanting it that we keep trying to support them. Actually, don't go on the boat just yet. I was going to say, actually. I'll send you down here so it's easier to try and... God, game's laggy right now. So we can send my armies down there. Because essentially, I need to build up my military enough that I can face England on our home turf. Which is terrifying to think about because I know you guys have a ridiculous amount of territory. But for right now, again, what I think we're going to do is I can at least probably have it so we can do is England. I can have a... Try and support rebels. Because essentially I want to kind of try and support their colonies that are the most likely to want to break away. England right now, so the ones that they have that are the agitate for liberty. So liberty, loyalty to Overlord minus 25%. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this is something I can do. So what I'll need to do is I need to set up a spy network. And I want to just try and get a bunch of their vassals to want to try and break away. Oh my god, my game is so laggy right now. Yeah, it's fine. I don't have a ton of guys around here. But I think if we keep trying to do that, we can potentially try and have it so we can keep just bleeding troops for England away. And then I can keep trying to build myself up. Colony of the Galilean coast. Why is that? It's still the main... It's mainly the country strength. Oh, and someone's sowing disloyalty with them too. Or they are sowing disloyalty. Not ideal, but that's okay. Also, the colony of the Ghanaian coast. Out of all of my guys, you are pretty fucking worthless. I could get rid of you if I really wanted to. Because you guys have, like, nothing there. I was never able to really build up in Africa the way I wanted to, honestly. Yeah, because at least, like, these guys I know are not that bad. I should be able to now, at this point, annex these guys. It gives all that territory back to us. And then, essentially, for right now, what we're going to be doing is I am going to really focus on trying to, first, consolidate the territory we have here. I need to try and make it so that my vassals don't think they're as strong as me. So we need to definitely try and make sure that I can actually improve my own military power. And so I'm going to be focusing a lot on trying to improve weapon production and also anything that gives me maritime presence, basically. Because I know for right now, you, my good sir, you can keep trying to, at the moment, patrol the seas. And I just need to make sure that we keep trying to get these new areas that we have just high maritime presence around here. So it's basically like almost everything except for like the Labrador Sea. So we get all of this. Just keep trying to improve these areas. Because it's going to take some time for me to keep just trying to consolidate what we have. And essentially, I do think we're going to need another war against the forces of France. I want to cut them off almost entirely from the ocean. Like, they can have this crap down here, but I'm going to try and ideally, honestly, I want to fracture them, essentially, so that... Because I'm never going to be able to convince them to help me again against England. But what I can do is, hey, I am trying to take all of this territory they have, well, especially along the coast, because that's the area that's going to be easiest for me to control. And I can try and have it so we can just, hey, get more people, get more manpower, because I do need to try and have it so that my vassals do not view... Because most of them are okay. It's primarily the country strength of all colonial nations versus the overlord. That's pretty damn high right now. Which I wish I could see the breakdown of that, of like why it is that way it is. But essentially, if we can try and have it so that I have more military presence, it shouldn't matter as much. I just know you guys are very pissy, but I do need to make sure that they can kind of keep still working with me. Although I worry that I am going to actually have to be continuously fighting my own goddamn vassals. Because a lot of you guys... Let's see, which one was this one again? So that was... What the fuck? Oh, this one. And all my colonies are already brought into this one immediately, right? If so, they're fucked. They're not winning this fight. Because, yeah, you guys are trying to break away. Which I don't appreciate. I just know I can't grant you guys independence. I can't risk doing that. I need your guys' power. And I hate that. Well, I really want to have it so if I can. Because I know if we can max out my diplomatic spending, it will make it so it's a lot easier to make sure my guys are loyal. Because that just costs like, what, 600 was it? 800 at this point right now. Way too much. Way too much at the moment. Because I'm trying to have it so I'm trying to reduce my building maintenance by producing more goods. Biggest thing is, so at the moment it's Copenhagen, Paris markets. Yeah, those are the ones that if I can, I need to build more weaponsmiths and things like that over there to try and reduce the maintenance of those locations. So right now, at least, I know my vassals should be able to handle those guys on their own. I'm not too worried about that. It's just going to be, hey, vassals, crush the guy that's trying to break away. I would like to be able to try and have it so I can get you guys to be happy. Get you guys back in here. Because I need to have these vassals. I need to keep them. I make a good chunk of money. About 150. 130 it was. So not bad. But I worry about us trying to build up our military strong enough that I don't know if we'll be able to easily. I am tempted, though. With my vassals. We could technically try and see, because I know there's some other options I've been doing, but I've been trying to avoid it because of what it does for loyalty. Because there is the, like, siphon income one. I know I can try and keep, like, aiding efforts to get you guys to reduce your good X. Increasing the liberty desire. I was wondering how much those would give. Administration. Because what does this specifically do? Representation. Let's see. Enacts the representation in Parliament policy in colonial representation. So, wait, this policy of colonial over blocked from recruiting regiments, building ships, RGOs, building roads, building buildings, gives them more loyalty. Oh wait, could I previously? Is this my own regiments or recruiting regiments from them? Huh. Can I recruit regiments from them? Because I wouldn't want it to break my own regiments. That would suck. I know at least over here. I need to remember to double check. So I just want to keep checking whoever is like the most disloyal of you. And I'm going to keep just trying to incentivize those guys to break away. I would love to have them under me, but I don't think so. I need to have 30. I'm at 25. Okay. Because, yeah, we'll slowly keep trying to get you guys to... Hopefully, I keep just breaking away from England. If I can get all of their colonies that they have in America to be free, that would actually help me quite a bit. You guys are losing here quite nicely. So far... Let's see. Return to their subject status. Yeah, we can just rein in subject. And then it should just be the white piece. We'll bring them back in here. Yeah, so they should now be back under my control. Yep. Yeah, because they're just a little bit lower. I am going to try and see, potentially... Granting the independence. Grants representation. I'll try with you first, because I know you guys... They'll be appeased. So now... All that should do... Yeah, because this is going to take some time for it to build up. But they'll get plus 10 from that. But could I technically, before, build... regiments in your territory? Military. I need to find an example. Because if it just stops me from recruiting regiments in general, which I don't think it's the case, that would suck. Let's try... The capital of an area is almost always going to have... That we own. It's part of my... Okay. But then what about... Like, am I still able to recruit regiments? Help you out against Peru. I hate this, but it'll help. Yeah, no, I can still recruit units normally. Huh. Okay. But, you know, I think we're going to try and have it so... I know you guys are going to start going up a little bit. I could at least try and have it so I think we don't need to have as much investment in my stability right now. I want to have it just be barely positive. So let's go there, and that's like 70 down. I'll do whatever is 70 worth here. That way then that's going to help out a little bit. What do you mean Navy maintenance is low? It is currently maxed. Yeah, what are you on about, game? Okay. Let's see. Get that back up a little bit more. Try and increase the amount of money I'm getting from taxes right now. Because now, essentially what we need to do is, as I save up money, I'm going to try and specifically check and see if we can get more weapon. Again, I'm trying to reduce my maintenance. Reduces weaponry. I'm trying to build more stuff like that over around here and see. So that's profitable. Trying to see where. I'd probably want to focus more around down here. Is that in still the same market? Because I think it was it the Stockholm region? Because I believe it was Stockholm and then the French territories I have. Paris, okay, it's Copenhagen market, not the Stockholm market. So we'll want to build around, yeah, Copenhagen and around down here. So yeah, we can try and have it, so yeah, we'll start building up some more weaponsmiths around here. Produces weaponry. And technically, again, yeah, these ones are the best ones for to do. And yeah, we'll try and have it see what we can do around here. Want to tell how profitable you guys are around here. Let's see, this one will be able to make money. That'll be able to make money. Let's do that, because we're just trying to build up more baseline ones. There we go. So we'll do that. Because, yeah, we want to try and increase the amount that we have around here. Copenhagen itself. How much profit do we get from? 0.06. That's, like, barely profitable. Production efficiency. Negative prosperity. Oh, that's a pretty big chunk of it. Prosperity is going up. Yeah, it's because of the war when England was popping up and having to deal with everything around over there. So at the moment right now, yeah, that's why. So it will improve, and then that should make it so that once the prosperity is positive again, yeah, because that's going to be the reason why you guys have some worse production efficiency. So you guys will be able to build back up again. Okay. So, at this point in time, for right now at least, I know a lot of these areas over here are doing fine. I think I might stop culturally. We've almost actually, like, completely converted this area over here. As long as you guys are, like, over 50% in every territory for the most part, I'm actually okay pulling away from this. I'll help England for right now. I don't really want to, but I'll help. We can get to the farming expansion thing, I'll say. Go with that, and then this one, let's see. Yeah, if you're almost done, if you're over at least 50%, then I can move these ones. Because I want to try and have it so we can get a majority of you guys converted, because I'm going to have to start now going over to France again to try and help convert their areas. So this is still the area that is currently getting the most. So I'll just switch you guys over to these spots here. And then we've almost got it. I think if I just have at least just 2 of you guys here, that wouldn't be the worst thing, as a way to keep trying to assimilate these guys. But I do know I have to start working on the French here soon. We've done a lot against the forces of Sweden. So that should be fine there. Let's see, is there anything I can do here to improve this? Shake up Army Academy? Sure. We can do that. And then if I can, I'm going to oppose this failing. I'm going to try and ask for additional taxes. Change policy? No. I just want to have it so that I can increase the taxes for a little bit, so we have more money to put back into our economy. So I'll put there. Just get everybody just barely above 50. God, I can get so much from you guys when I do this. Oh my god, I love how much I'm getting from you guys. There we go. Okay, yeah, because that'll help us out, be able to build more stuff up more quickly. That'll be great. And then... yeah, you're still upset. Oh, Liberty Desire from events. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that I'm not surprised by. I do need to remember. So over here again. Keep going for whoever has the least amount of loyalty. Otherwise, I could go for people. It was like, what, minus 25% loyalty? We could go for somebody that actually has more and try and piss them off. Because let's see. So if I go... trying to find someone that's a good amount. 62. 125. Yeah, let's try and find somebody that has a good amount of them. And is within the threshold that if I get a minus 25, they'll be under 50. Let's see. Marcio. 260. I think these guys. Yeah, you have 260. Yeah, let's try and agitate for liberty. Because if we do that, that reduces their loyalty to their overlord by 25. That should now make you guys disloyal. Technically, you don't actually make a lot of money, but you have a lot of territory, and that is... yeah, that's practically all of Canada with you. Okay, we're trying to get more and more fights to go off that are going to be having it so that England has to keep fighting a bunch of people that are trying to liberate them. Because we want to, like, bleed you guys dry for your troops. That's kind of the hope, ideally. Yeah, because I'm starting to get some integration finally finished up around here. So we're slowly but surely getting more of this territory finished up. I'm going to try and have it so once we finish integrating, start trying to assimilate. Although, it won't help as much until we get more of the... I might actually just have it so, like, while we're trying to assimilate, we'll keep focusing primarily still on Sweden until this area is all figured out. Because this area at least actually has good control. So we can try and keep doing that, because I want to have it so we'll keep switching, like, where the primary increased control is at. I know right now we have it so this is, like, the last area that we need to get at least to 50%. So that's essentially what I'm trying to do, is get at least to a core in every territory. And once we do that, then I can kind of move away and let it just naturally, slowly convert over to my primary culture. So we'll just have to have it so yeah, we keep bringing more of you guys here. I'm having it so at this point in time, I'm just trying to auto construct stuff at this point, seeing as, see if that will kind of try and help out a little bit more. So I don't have to try and manage that myself, because I just keep getting a massive stockpile. Because at this point in time right now, even with me jacking up my diplomatic spending, my income is going up quite nicely. So I'm going to let it just keep doing that. Because if I can get my military high enough, I think, economy high enough, I think essentially what I'm going to have to do to try and go about dealing with England, there's not a lot of mercenaries. Damn. Because, like, that's one thing that, like, I might be potentially try and grab some mercenaries. Because I know for a fact I'm never going to be able to get anybody else to try and help me out. Also, England is losing more of their colonies now, which is great. So more people are become independent, which is good. So you guys can keep doing that, and then at least right now, if I can just keep having my diplomatic spending maxed, makes it so my integration will be way faster, and then also my subjects should be, for the most part... Man, even with the plus 30 from diplomatic spending right now, you're really pissed. Well, it's because you're also... Oh, man, it's minus 80 now? Yeah, minus 85 now. Country strength of all colonial nation countries versus the Overlord. And I haven't really been able to build up my military, that's why. Which, I wonder how that's specifically calculated. Because I want to try and have it, so what I'll do is I'm actually going to try and build this army up a little bit more. Right now we've got 883389. Okay, so what I want to do is, again, I'm trying to have it so we have like twice as many units of infantry as we do cav right now. Same number for artillery, and then an auxiliary basically be... probably say about the same amount as I have for... No, I'll say it's like 3 times the amount of whatever we have for cav. So, we'll try and keep improving my military. So let's try and get some cav here. Because I need to make it so that my vassals think that I'm stronger than them. That's like the biggest thing right now is we need to do that. So 3 of these. And then these guys... technically, yeah, they are a different infantry type. 15 maintenance, grenadiers. They might just be automatically upgraded, though. I could have sworn that's what will happen. Because I think it's just going to be sharpshooters and grenadiers is primarily what we have. But I say we keep trying to build my military up when we can. Let's try and get like 2 here. And then 2 more infantry units. And then from there, we grab 1 more cav unit. Then we need to grab some artillery. And again, hopefully we can get this to be more in my favor so that my vassals don't think that they're nearly as strong. Because it's like the biggest thing that we're kind of concerned about right now. Because that's going to be the biggest reason why they're going to want to try and go break away from us. Is if that's strong enough. And then essentially, since we're having you guys be at 5, I want to get 3 more of you, which I do have enough money for. Okay, so we'll go with that. That'll be the army we're trying to build up more. Because, at least reinforcement-wise, we can have a pretty good chunk. Hopefully that helped more, because I want to see if we can do this. I want to see if we can do this. That's the biggest concern I have. Still 85. It's going down every time I build it up. Norway doesn't have as much of a negative. Interesting. Okay. Also, I do want to keep trying to have it so we're going to keep trying to grant representation. Because it just makes it so I can't recruit stuff in your territory. But if I can get you guys to have more positives, I will gladly do so. So, I'm just going to keep going down the line. Where, when I have enough, I'll keep trying to give you guys representation. So slowly but surely, we're going to keep doing that. I do need to have it so for now. I'm probably going to want to jack up my cost of court so I can get more legitimacy a bit faster. Let's try and have it at least be maybe 0.4. Maybe 0.5. Right up there. So right there. So it's at least half of 1 per month. We can then try and have it so that whenever we have them available... Hey, look at that! They're actually breaking away now. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, keep doing that. The more of you guys I can get to break away from England, the better. Because that will weaken it. Because effectively, what I'm trying to do is I want to make it so that they have less manpower. Oh, did they not get there? Nope, they didn't get there for independence. Damn. I was hoping you would, man. But it's a shame that you didn't. But no, if we can just try and get more and more people to kind of break away, ideally that'll make it so it'll be a bit easier for you guys to not be able to field all their armies. That's kind of what I want. Okay, we've got the Imperialism Casus Belli again on France ready here. Now, the question is, they've actually joined the coalition against me now. How is this looking? I decided to do this. Yeah, I'd bring in the coalition. So, but they don't have any other really main factions. Brandenburg, Milan, Wolgast. I myself now actually have a decent military. So, I think we should do this. You're slightly stronger than them. Allied armies. There's only a 20,000 man difference. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is... I kind of want to push out these guys here. And if I start the war... Because I know they said they're preparing for war. I feel like I should potentially have it so I start over here first. And I will try and deal with you guys a bit more. So what I'm going to do is first let me try and move my forces. Let's go over to Scandinavia first. And we'll try and have it so we can do is hopefully... Because they're going to join. I haven't been able to dissolve the coalition. The leader is Wolgast. It's close to the point where I can get you to try and make it so you dissolve it. No, that's not really too bad, because it's going to instantly say that they're done. Antagonism is minus 167. It's going down 3 per year. Still think it's going to take like 70 years for it to dissolve entirely. So I'm not going to be able to dissolve this unless I defeat the coalition. So, yeah, no, I think essentially we try and have it so... I'll first have it so I'm going to, to deploy over here. So I'll deploy over to Scandinavia, try and kick out some of the other forces out of here. Sweden hates me. I just want to have it so I can get you guys to be kicked out and give me money, essentially. And then I'm hoping that, at least with everything else we have right now, I can win this war. I need to... I know if we win this war, at least it'll dissolve the coalition, because it should be me defeating them. And then essentially, yeah, just me taking more coastal territory from France. If I can get the complete unconditional surrender from France, I'd prefer that. Because then I can try and do as much as I can to just absolutely dismantle his faction. Then I try and see if I can do something against England. I don't know, because again, I don't think I have literally the manpower. That's the issue. Because like I've been trying to at least build everything up. Like, I'm pretty happy about how we've been doing. If I can't take England's territory to, like, finish this campaign off, I will be sad, but I think it's reasonable because of the fact that I was not able to... I really needed to have it, so that if I was going to take English territory, I needed to do that before they really built themselves up. And I got really unlucky with the fact that France... Well, no, I wouldn't even say unlucky. It's just France has a horrible fucking navy. They physically cannot invade England. They can push them out of, like, France, and that's about it. But trying to actually navally invade England, it's practically impossible for them to do. So I would have had to have done that, like, really early on when it's, like, Scotland was still doing really well for themselves. But England just kept picking them apart. So right now, at least, I just need to wait until, yeah, my fleet gets over here. Because we'll try, yeah, like, push, like, Woolagast out of here. Anybody that's in the coalition, I'll try and kick them out of this initially, and then have it so that ideally, again, I'm hoping we can get the complete and utter surrender of... just joined. Well, there would be less people joining, please. We should be okay, I hope. Let me actually double check something first. Let me try and see if I can maybe get some more alliances, potentially. Offer alliance. Ooh, Papal States. Yeah, let's ask the Papal States to join my alliance here. Papal States are always pretty damn strong. If I can convince you guys to help me against France... You're currently at war and levy availability. So you won't join right now. I can get one more person to potentially join. You actually have been doing alright. You know what? I'm going to get you in here, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you territory. I'm going to make it so you can just keep taking over Sweden, because you like me. So that's what I think we'll do, because I can probably convince you to join on in. Yes, so I can convince you to join on in. That'll make it easier to take out Sweden, and you know what I'll do? I can potentially just have it so... I can probably just have it so we just force them to give us money. But everybody's in position, right? Just about, so we need to wait a little bit longer. Get you guys to deploy over here. God damn it, another person joined. Mansfeld. Where are you? Free City of Mansfeld. Yeah, we need to do this war now before more people even join. You get back over here. I think we go for it. I could potentially have one more alliance. Munster would have offered an alliance. I'm trying to see the strongest out of you guys. Let's see. Because Munster has 17 regions. Brunswick has 14 regions. Hesse has 17 regions. How much does it cost me? For me, it would cost me 1. And I'm currently at 12. You know, I think I can actually accept you. And it would cost probably 1 as well for you. Let's grab you both, because you both have 17. Yeah, 1.11. So I'll do that. So if you guys join on in, I'm still under my amount. That's good, and I think that's about the best we can do. And I might be able to have it so I can convince you guys to... Maybe I'll try and give you guys some more territory. We can try that, potentially. But no, France. Hesse won't join. Target opinion. Allied to enemy. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, but that's okay. Imperialism. Munster won't join either. Yeah, target opinion is the biggest thing here. Although, actually... Do I still have points for that? No, not right now. I was going to say I could try and... But I'll do... See, imperialism. England. At least I can get you to join on in. That helps. And essentially, I'm going to focus on trying to kick people out of this war. Allied armies. They typically do have more. We'll see how this goes. I think we can do this. I will focus my attention on trying to kick people out of the war first. That's going to be my hope, because if I can just have it so we can get you guys out of here. Let's do this. So let's go. Okay, so my fleet there. Now hopefully those other people don't get to join. Yeah, because I've got you guys joining on in there. Probably going to actually need to utilize my levies, potentially. God, this is a big-ass war. We lost some more men than they have, which I do not appreciate. But if we can slowly convince other people to leave, that's what we want to do. So I'll be trying to see if I can kick... I'll just try and focus on kicking people out. Should try and maybe... Military, raise levies. I will raise levies at least around Scandinavia. And I'll probably have you guys primarily focus on getting rid of Sweden. Not much, but we'll try and have it so you guys can grab these units. Yeah, because Norway's at least going to help out of there as well. Also, I do need to remember before I forget... Call into French War. UN... You guys... Levy availability and low manpower are the primary things. So that's not surprising. We can get everybody else in here, though. And I know you guys just is too far away. You won't want to join even because of that. But also, we can at least grab you guys in there. Yeah, border distance is the main thing. Okay, so that way we have as many people in here. And let's see how this goes. There's good forts around here, so it'll take them some time there. Yeah, I'm going to push forward. I'm going to primarily focus on trying to take armies out. Yeah, let's gather these guys together. And yeah, the levies in... Levies in Scandinavia. You guys will focus on Sweden. We won that fight. That's concerning. There's a lot of them. How many men are we losing? How many are they losing? I'm going to be pushed back a little bit. Fleet here, because I should be able to prevent them from crossing. I'm going to have to heal up. I took a ridiculous amount of damage there. If I can convince them to just leave with just time passing, that's what we'll go with. I don't have to have it, so basically I'll have to hold around here in case they decide to cross. Let's try and get rid of Sweden first. It's not bad. The battles is actually going up for us. That's the thing that usually last time we struggled the most with. So as long as we can make sure that we're going to be winning the battle side of things, that should be okay. Oh yeah, we have more men than they do now. Lost similar amounts. And yeah, I'm just going to have it so I'm blockading this port. I'm going to make sure they can't cross here. I'm going to have it so that I can recover with my forces. And my levies just need to keep trying to regroup. Let's see, once you guys regroup, we can have it so we'll try and kick Sweden. I think Sweden should be able to be kicked out pretty easily, because I know you guys are going to kick the shit out of them, because you've been kicking the shit out of them. So if we can get you guys there, that'd be great. Yeah, a lot of damage there with my army. Oh, those are prisoners. That's okay. I'll gladly take some prisoners. That. Gains cores. Yeah, more people keep joining. God, that was so much of my manpower. Yeah, no, for right now, we just have to hold. We hold this spot. Heal up. Once I'm fully healed. I'd like to have it so that when we push in that way, it's going to be with all of these levies as well. Because I think I'm going to need that. So for right now, we just kind of hold as we are. Don't let more people keep joining the coalition. That's fine. We're trying to dissolve it, essentially. Because everybody joined in when we attacked France. So if we can win against France, we can make sure that we can properly win against them. Yeah, battles is going up in their favor again there. I'll have to keep checking every once in a while. If I can convince the Papal States to... Ooh, Papal States? Let's see. So if I can just... If I can get the Papal States in here, that'd be great. So let's try and have it so for right now. Build a spy network. And then spy network, we'll do the whole reduce the pinning of each other. Because I'll try and see if I can convince the Papal States to join on in here. I'm holding here. And then hopefully you guys will be able to recover. There we go. We've got 50,000 in Scandinavia. So you guys can now start just trying to at least start pushing up this way. We'll try and start focusing just on kicking people out. That's our goal. So, like, hey, you... I technically can't... We can't until 12 months have passed, so we have to wait until April. Once I can do that, though, every time I can convince one person to leave, I'm going to. We just want this war to be just against France. So I'll gladly just keep convincing anybody that has really low war enthusiasm. So just keep trying to carpet siege here. Just focus them down. How is Sweden feeling already? Yeah, Sweden would already also want to peace out too. So we just have to get them to be kicked out. And then we gotta have all these guys make their way down this way. Don't like that my manpower is going down, but I'm not too surprised by that. Castile, yep, thanks for that. I didn't need this war. Okay. Let's go... Oh, it is winter, though. I don't think you guys are going to be able to move through the mountains right now. So you're probably just going to take some damage. Yeah. Let's try and go more over here. Go over there. Okay, now we're into 1836. Now we just have to wait until we get to April. Then I should be able to start convincing people to leave this war. And again, we're just going to look at anybody that has very low war enthusiasm. I should be able to convince them to leave, because I can convince you probably. Brandenburg can be convinced to leave, probably. You can be convinced to leave as well. We just want to keep focusing on anybody we can convince to leave. As we do that, and at least number-wise, how are we doing? Very similar numbers have been lost. Yeah, if I can get rid of you, that's like a couple thousand mercenaries that will be lost. Yeah, I just needed to get to April. Need to get to April, and then we can start trying to have it so we can hopefully get rid of these guys. Let's see. Let's keep going up here with my left. Oh, actually, wait until the winter's over, so you guys don't take the attrition. Because I should be able to convince Sweden to leave. We just need to get everything out of here. Yeah, the only thing right now is defender ticking. Battles and occupations are actually in my favor right now, so that's good. don't like that I am losing manpower. It's probably because I did lose quite a few guys from that fight, so it's going to take some time for my regions here to recover and re-promote people back to soldiers. If there is anything in terms of mercenaries... There are some. Country owner, name of the mercenary. I want to look at the size. Number. So, like, I can grab you guys. There's just not a lot. Like, most of these are maybe like 9,000 guys at a time. And we need way more than that. Okay, it is May. I should now get a pause here. So let's see. If you leave, I would not be able to ask for money, but I'm just going to, again, I don't care. Anybody I don't actively want to be in the war right now, we're just going to keep offering these off. You will not. Will. Lunenburg, please. Oh yeah, there we go. It's like 100,000 guys out of there. We can get. Who else has got a lot? Sweden, do you want to leave? Sweden wants to leave. Who's got another big amount? Milan? Milan doesn't want to leave. France has to stay. Warren, again, we know you guys don't want to. And you guys. And then Mulgast, they'll leave. There we go. We can almost get everybody just to be... It's just us versus France. Milan didn't want to leave. You don't want to leave. You leave. Okay. I think that's everybody that I can convince to leave. You physically can't. Why? I don't know. But you physically cannot leave. But no, now it should just be us versus... Us versus France primarily. Milan is still in here. They don't want to leave, though. So, that's a problem. Papal States. I should now be able to maybe convince the Papal States to join. Let me see. So, if I do with the Papal States, sabotage reputation with France, and France, I sabotage the relations with the Pope, I might be able to convince the Pope to join on in here as well. Let's see. Can I convince Mr. Pope Man? Actions. Okay, not even ask him. No. I didn't even see the Pope as a viable option for that. Okay. Also, I don't know why the audio is being all fucky. But okay, so I can't convince them. Currently, we still have, yeah, Warren, France, Milan. Okay, so now, at this point in time, it should update soon that you guys are now out of here. I know all of these guys are still doing well. Yeah, lots going on down around here. Worried about how many casualties I've been taking. But at least you guys do seem to be pushing in quite nicely around here. Doing well. Now, at this point in time, number-wise is very even still. Milan, I really need to convince them out of here. Because Milan has those mercenaries. So, technically, I should be okay. Let me grab my levies here. Let's regroup with you guys. And then I'm going to try and see if maybe I can get to Milan's territory. I'll have to see if I have to grab any sort of military access or not. Because if we can get Milan out of this war, that is 139,000 mercenaries out of this war. So they absolutely, I want to get them out of here. Once at war, progressing sieges, their war enthusiasm, and base. So yeah, they very much want to continue fighting. So I have to somehow be able to convince them if I can. Okay, I can finally convince Milan to get out of here. Thank God. Milan had so many troops in here. Getting rid of them and all of their mercenaries is going to be great. So there we go. That right there drastically changes how many military troops there are around here. You guys, I think once I take your capital out of this area, I should be able to hopefully convince you to leave. That's my hope. Because that should then hopefully make it so I now have enough war score to properly convince you guys. Oh no, I still can't convince you guys. You guys just don't want to leave for some damn reason. No idea why. But okay, so that's what we got there. So now I don't need to deal with Milan. Now we'll have it so that I'm going to start making my way over again. Some French territory here I can occupy. So I'll start trying to occupy this stuff. My forces over here seem to be doing well overall. Yeah, it seems like you guys have way more power than they do, which is good. I'm still worried about me potentially. I want more colony. I want more of the colonies under my control. I really do. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to risk it because of how much my colonies already are starting to dislike me. Oh, the country strength did go down quite a bit. That's good. Went down from 85, 86 down to 72. That's pretty good. But no, we'll try and have it stay. I'm going to start trying to make my way up here. I'll start occupying this stuff. And then their current capital is down here. And I still cannot convince the Pope to join on in. No, he was on here originally, but now he's not. Okay, we're going to cancel those spy networks because they're now useless at this point. Okay, yeah, and then Castile's doing well around here. I actually like the idea of continuously trying to have us that I'm actually going to give some territory down here to Castile. I want to give them more of Iberia back. So, like, I'm not opposed to the idea of, yeah, I'll keep taking more of just the coast that France has. But I will gladly give, especially since I'm probably going to need Castile's help. Actually, maybe I should just give most of France to Castile, actually. Because, like, if I wanted to go about with the idea of attacking England, Castile actually has a pretty good navy. I kind of want to make it so that Castile's, like, my MVP ally. I think that might be the way we kind of go about this. Like, we want to keep trying to break the vassals that England has. I know I still need more power myself, so I do need to take some of this land for me. I just have to hope that it actually increases my military strength at a faster rate than it increases my costs and everything. Because, like, I know right now, like, how are you guys doing over here for... Like, culture-wise, yeah, we've almost got all of these to being cores. So once they're all cores, we can... Actually, I can probably switch you. That was really close there. Yeah, this one I kind of want to keep as it is. But it should be now a core, right? Yeah, it is a core. So I can then switch the increased control now to a different location. I'll say here, because this area is almost done already. Oh! And how did we do on our points? Score of 2,300. So I actually did better than normal before than I usually do. So I was comparable to the Aztecs. Awesome. God, whenever we start out as these really small factions, I never get to be as insanely high. I never get an insanely high score, sadly. But no, like I'm continuing playing. We hit the final age thing essentially. That's okay. We'll now have it so that essentially you should be good here. I just want to see, because I still need to at least get everything in positions for the next campaign. So once I have the intro and thumbnail ready, then I'll probably basically have it be like, oh, okay, now it's time for me to do like whatever is going to be like our final kind of like send-off moment for this campaign, which I still want to be England. I want to still try and take England. So we'll still try and do that. And I still think the best way is going to be, I think I'm going to actually try and see if I can give a lot of territory over to Castile. I need to get this war to be an unconditional surrender from France. I absolutely need that right now. If we can get an unconditional surrender from France, then I should be able to do what I want. I don't know why you won't leave. Are you the current leader of that coalition against me? That might be why. No, you're not. No idea why I can't convince you to leave, then. Also, I gotta love that France decided to bring in the goddamn entire force of the whole Roman Empire, which is great. So now I'm trying to see which of these guys I can get to leave, because like I see Brunswick like brought in some reinforcements. God, we've lost so many people here. It's just like we're doing well. It's just this here is a fucking problem. I don't think I'm gonna be able to like convince many people to get out. Because Warren, but again, you just don't want to, because their war enthusiasm is just so high right now. Because they just, yep, Brunswick just started coming on in here from the north here. This is exactly what we don't need right now. I personally am at least just taking my forces and trying to go for their capital. Because France themselves, at least... How many troops do they have still? They've got 110,000, so they still actually have a decent amount. But I'm trying to see if I can try and go for their capital. If we can do that, we can start getting the... Oh, there's a tiny little army. We can start trying to get the attacker taking bonus, because we have a good chunk from blockades and occupations. So we've got that. Oh, also their capital literally doesn't have any fortifications. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, so that's actually really easy to take their capital. Okay, because we've got that, and then I just need to... France themselves is really low. Stettin, do you guys want to leave? Nope. God damn it. I need France's unconditional goddamn surrender. If we can't get it, then I think I just go for the... Get the attacker taking maxed. We'll see how this goes, because again, France themselves is not doing that great. It's just everybody else that just brought in more reinforcements now, which is the problem. So if we can get them to be low enough, then I can try and ask them to leave. Again, ooh, shit, Stettin was at like 0 for a second there. Yeah, I just need to keep a watch on this, and anytime that goes down... So there we go. So we now have it so... I'm going to actually double check again if I can get anybody to be called in here still. Papal States. So why is it right now? War, levy availability. Okay, so they don't want to join right now. That's a shame. Okay, I'm going to try and just keep occupying territory nearby the capital. I'm going to focus on that. If the Papal States' war ends, I might be able to convince them to join on in. But essentially, I need to just keep checking this. Every time someone gets low, we might be able to convince them to leave. Napoleon... prohibited from that? That's close. Okay, yeah, I just have to keep double checking. I'll just keep checking every time I can. If I can get someone to leave, that's great. Then attacker taking... It's not going to go up just yet. But we have their capital, so I think if I take enough territory from their capital, it should hopefully start going up in my favor. Because if we can get it to have attacker taking maxed, that might be the most we're going to be able to get, sadly. And I might have to focus on... damn. And I might just have to focus on that, sadly. I wanted more. I wanted unconditional surrender from me. France, damn it. Oh my god, finally, it started to tick up for attacker taking. So essentially at this point in time now, I'm going to have to wait until this maxes out, and then we're going to have to end the war. I don't think we're going to be able to get more than that. France is trying to get just a white peace, but I think we can get more than that. Because I've been able to convince some people to leave. Anytime someone offers me a white peace, I just let them go. I don't want to fight anybody else in here. I know like Brunswick's like one of the biggest ones, and I can't convince them to fucking leave. Brunswick, and then it was also, besides that, who else was it again? Yeah, Magdeburg. You're pretty close. But no, if we can just get the attacker taking now to keep going up, I'm just going to defend this spot. I focus on this spot, make sure we keep holding their capital, and we just have to wait long enough, because I think the attacker taking just goes up once per month. So if it does that, it'll take us 24 months, so 2 years, to get it to max out. Then we can get the war to end. And what I want to do is... Again, I want to give territory over here to Castile. I'm not going to be able to easily give a lot of territory over because they're not going to do the unconditional surrender. But at least I can try and have it so what we can do is I will just keep taking more of the territory along the coast here. Probably. I'll try and do that because, again, I'm trying to build up my own power right now. And those coastal areas are going to be the only thing that I'm going to actually be able to really build up. I know I hate that, like, England keeps trying to occupy this stuff. I'm like, I want that area too, you assholes. But we'll see. I'm going to see what I can get once we can get this maxed out. And again, it's going up about once per month. So it'll take us about until 1840. And then we can start trying to end this war. Unless it's going to go up faster. Okay, the war is going well, but I feel like I might have to try and end it now. England's war enthusiasm is pretty damn bad. Yeah. We at least have it so the attacker taking is at plus 15. So we have an overall plus 20%. So let's see what we can convince France to give us with this. I do want to have it, so I'm going to give territory over to... Let me just try and basically just try and see like what they occupied. I want to give Castile some territory. They deserve some, I would say. So like that, I'm going to ask for sure. I'm going to help out Castile a little bit. Give them a little bit of land. And then... It's plus 59 still. This is still occupied by England, which I do not want to give territory to. Yeah, that's still all England there, so I don't want that. I'll take this tiny little bit here. And then I want to try and see if I can get more land here. Yeah, like that. Because I want to be able to have like the stuff that's going to go into... too far away from the coast. That's going to not go through because it's break them up too much. So if I do this... So I can at least kind of ask... That's too much because it's going to break them up again. That would break them up, so we don't want that. Because I don't want to break them up. I want to make sure they get to keep a connection here. Otherwise it's going to say, hey, we're too separated from our territory, and it'll break it. But I think that's good for me. This is the only territory that I know for sure I can give over to Castile for right now. I can do that for sure. And then... I'm going to try and take some stuff over here to give them to my vassals. I think that's not going to go through. That would. So I'm going to try and take this, give that over to you guys. That way I've been able to build up a little bit more. I at least have it so I have the entire Bay of Biscay now under my control. Castile, I want to like eventually like, give them all of this back. And again, I think technically the best bet for us is to actually kind of try and have it so we go forward with the idea of like, oh, I keep giving Castile land from France. Because, can I do this but then give it to Castile? Because I kind of want to give them as much territory as they can, but I want to transfer that to Castile. And I know if I have it occupied, I can transfer it to them, but I don't actually have these areas occupied, so I can't. That might be all I can do, honestly. I think just take that. I get to get a little bit more territory. I've got the Bay of Biscay under my control. And then essentially, I'm going to probably have to keep doing more wars against France here. But the idea will be, essentially, I just keep trying to give all this land to Castile. I keep giving them territory so they're stronger and they can help me against England. I think that's what we do. I just wish I could give more territory to them. Well, actually, no, you know what I can do? I can just take the territory for myself and just sell it to Castile. So, I think I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to have it so I take less territory in here. It's like we're just going to get rid of this stuff. Just going to get rid of that. Let's just take as much as we can here, and I'll just sell it over to Castile. So, don't want to do that one because it's going to cut them off. We have to make sure we're not cutting them off when we're doing this. Let's do that. Because this way then, I'll give a bunch of territory over to Castile, and we'll keep trying to strengthen them. So we'll go with that. Because, again, I think England was about to leave the war soon. I think this is the best we can do for right now. I took a bunch of territory. I don't want all of this territory down here. So what we instead do is, hey, Castile, I want to talk to you, economic, about selling you some territory. So location's at war, but it should go away once that's over. Once it registers that it's over. Then I'm just going to try and have it say, I think we just sell this land here to Castile. Just have to have it register that the war is over. Oh no, they still have their war. And then technically there should hopefully now be no eligible. I'll put France as my rival because I'm gonna keep trying to splinter them apart. But yeah, no. So now we just need to have it so that Castile. Once your war ends, I'll sell this territory to you. And then, hey, that way you've been able to start building up more, and hopefully you'll be a better ally to me as I keep trying to pick apart France. Because essentially this is about as much territory as I'm going to realistically be able to get that's useful to me in France. Because I'm not going to be, since I can't put up any sort of governors in the area, I'm not going to be able to really get a lot of benefit that far in. Like right now, yeah, like all this stuff I'm definitely going to get rid of. How is our proximity around here for... So, okay, these areas I need to properly go to there now. My fleet. I should have you patrol the seas. Try and go down here. Essentially, these areas now need to be patrolled. Most of my other areas are actually at 100%. Most of them are, at least. I'll have to do that area, too. Be like, kind of patrol those areas there. Try and get my maritime presence higher. And I'm just waiting for this war to end. Waiting for Castile's war to end there, and then I can, yeah, sell them all this territory, because, again, I don't want to have all this territory. I just want to have at least enough around here. As I know this is increasing my, like, cost of court costs and everything like that, so we really want to try and drop that down if I can. But no, I'm happy how things have been going. We haven't, so yet. I now have the entire Bay of Biscay under my control. Integrating more of this territory too, which is good. So I'll have to keep trying to integrate to the new territory as well. So integrate area. Do around here. Because we're going to absolutely have the stuff that's around this area. So try and integrate all of that. And if anything, I'm kind of hoping that because I'm cutting them off from the coast around here, that their trade is going to be hit a little bit. Or at least I know their navy is absolutely going to be hit because of this. They're not going to be able to fight back whatsoever because of it. Also, I do love... I'm actually going to try and have it, so I'm going to give the Guinean coast over to Castile for 3K. Like, sure, why not? Get some free money from that. I don't want them as my vassal anymore, because these guys are just fucking useless. So Castile can have them. Still waiting on Castile's war to end. Still hasn't, which is a pain in the ass. But at least now at this point in time, I have it so my armies are back in my territory. And now at this point in time, essentially, I'm just waiting on... Again, I want to get rid of this territory. Just I have to wait until this war's over for them. Because this is one of their colonies. Can I enforce peace? Cause their lose prestige. Okay, I'm not going to do that because that is... Yeah, it's some of the territory they have over in Africa. So it's them trying to keep control of their colonies. Not surprised by that. So that will eventually end. No when, but it's going to eventually. And essentially for right now, I know I'm going to be continuing to just try and consolidate this territory. At least I know right now, I'm happy that like we've got... So Welsh, how many people do we have almost entirely in the population of Welsh? Like so Wales, there are about 17 million of them worldwide. That's not bad. English right now... There's 21 million English. We almost have more English, more Welsh than we have English in the world. That I like. So we're almost there in some regards. Because, like, I'm getting to the point where everything over here, we're almost done trying to assimilate everything in here. Because I'll have to do a little bit more down here again. Because you guys are not the dominant there, but Welsh is the dominant primarily around everything else around here. So that's perfect. So we'll have those all assimilated. I will have to start doing more around France. And I'll do that once we have this all finished up. But essentially, I'm just going to come back to you guys in a second. I want to make sure I sell this territory to Castile before we end today. It's just I'm waiting on this damn war of theirs to end. Well, shit. We actually got proclaimed as the cultural hegemon here for once. Wow, that's kind of surprising. If that holds, though, that means I... Oh, come on. We have diplomacy. Diplomatic. Yeah, we are the cultural hegemon. I can now assimilate an entire area now, too. Beautiful. So what I'm probably going to do then is... I think maybe we just have it so over here. Switch you... maybe keep him there for now. I think essentially, I think you can just... Because how much does the assimilate area get? So we can try and have it so... You switch from that to assimilate area. Oh yeah, you can just get this entire area right here. So I can get every single one of these guys to stop. Except for you. You can stay. So I can just switch to this and so assimilate the entire area. Can I do both at the same time? Actually, I'm curious. Because if that actually holds... Assimilate area and assimilate pops into our culture. Yeah, I can do both. I can do both of these at the exact same time. So I can actually try and have it so, like, yeah, the entire area now is going to start assimilating. But we can now have it so we can just, like, double that up. So beautiful. Yeah, now that makes it so now we can start finishing up this entire area. Then, or maybe I should just have it so, like, I'm already doing a good amount of assimilation over there. Maybe I should start trying to assimilate the French territories. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let's do that. And then we finished integrating another territory. And we have to switch to a new one now. Integrate area. Yeah, because I'll probably have it so that I control the Navarro area. Start integrating that spot. Because Castile, they still have that war going on. Yep, they have another one now going on. Okay, so I might not be able to just give them this territory over today yet. That's fine. Castile, shared border, competing great power as a hegemon. I'm going to improve opinion again. Because I want to make sure that Castile likes me. I'm trying to make them like me. I know we're going to try and reduce the amount of shared border. Then also, that's technically the same reason is because of the fact that we went so much for belligerent stuff. Yeah, we have more people joining this coalition. Sweden's the leader now. Keep an eye on that. Because, yeah, it's Sweden that started it up. I'm not surprised. Honestly, I'm just going to hope that Sweden keeps getting their ass kicked from you guys. Because slowly but surely, you guys have just been taking over Sweden. So please keep doing so. But no, at this point in time, I think we might just be done for today. Because at this point in time now, unless Castile's actually going to let me sell this territory, which... Oh, ooh, they might end those wars. This one they're winning now. Because you can end all your wars, I can finally talk to you, and then I can sell you the territory I want to. And hopefully I can get some good money out of you guys for that. And then we'll have it so then I can just focus on the territory we keep. Now that we're the cultural hegemon, I was not expecting that. I was really expecting, like, are we seriously the most? Great power by size of cultural influence. I guess. I just didn't realize that I had that much more over people. Usually it's like you need like 4,000 to 8,000 for this. Also, my diplomatic capacity plummeted. Wait. Do I not have... Oh, wait. You broke your alliance with me. Shit. Because I needed you. Did they start another goddamn war? Yeah, they did. God damn it. Ah, Castile. That complicates things. Because I know part of the... Like, what territory do you guys covet? Is there 121 of my territories? Part of this is probably stuff that's in Iberia. Yep. They want the stuff in Iberia. Well, hey guys, once you stop being at war, I would try and sell you guys the territory. Also, I hate this. I don't want to. I don't want to let my vassals go away and have a normal alliance with them. I need you for your troops and your money. So, I'm gonna say no. Cause that's a problem. Yeah, it's because they desire so much land from me. Actually, last time I did this, requirements not met. Can I make an empire yet? Prestige 70. There's a, let's see, because it needs at least one of these. Yeah, there's the papal bans on empires, so I wouldn't be able to make an empire. Boo. Yeah, so I know eventually I want to sell you guys this territory. And that'll make it so you guys don't hate me as much, but I think that's just going to have to wait. So for right now, though, I think we are going to be done for today. We're going to at least make sure that we keep trying to focus on trying to get... Again, I would love to be able to go after England. If we can't, essentially, I'm going to keep doing what we can until then to find a good way to end this campaign off after I've been able to figure out what campaign we're doing next. I should be doing the next poll soon to figure out of the top 3 who we're going to be playing as next. Because it'll be interesting, yeah. Teutonics, Sicily, and or Kingdom of Georgia will be pretty interesting. So we'll have to see how that's going to go. But I will be done for right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, let me know down in the comments down below. Love what you guys have to say about this campaign. Any thoughts in general? This is Rampaned. I'll see you guys next time.